Hi, I'm Sean and welcome to GeekBuilders. This is a follow-up to the lightsaber video that was posted about 3 weeks ago. And if you have not seen that video yet, go ahead and click here. I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes to go over the build itself, some of the parts I used, along with some of the successes and failures, because there were a few. So I've been wanting a lightsaber for quite some time, but I didn't want to just go out and buy one. I wanted to build one for myself. I wanted to find out how easy or hard it was to actually make one on your own. Turns out, it's a little of both. Most lightsabers are built from just a few main components. Long cylindrical shaft that makes up the majority of the lightsaber, a top piece where the blade is supposed to come out, a pommel, and usually some sort of a grip with a power button here. Now you can make a lightsaber out of almost anything. I've seen them turned on a lathe out of wood. I've seen them cast out of resin and fiberglass. I've even seen some made out of cardboard and even just plain PVC pipe. But I chose to use some of the most common materials for mine. And these materials you can get almost exclusively from any of the plumbing aisles, any of your big box hardware stores. So for my construction, I used a lot of those plumbing parts, and it's nothing but a chrome drain pipe, a drain stopper piece, a PVC pommel, a PVC pipe insert just wrapped in electrical tape, and an old thumb screw from a computer. It's a pretty simple construction in terms of the materials themselves. And now for the successes and failures. So the successes. One, it looks somewhat like a lightsaber. It has a good weight, feels good to hold, and it wasn't that difficult to build. I like that the materials are fairly solid. And now for the failures. It's not as clean as I would have hoped. Because of all the epoxy I used, it actually made a lot of marking on the outside here from just fingerprints and everything else. I'm sure I could clean a lot of that up with probably acetone, but it kind of muddled up the final product, as you can see here. The second thing that I consider a little bit of a failure is with the rotary tool, I wasn't able to get that great of a line here. What's nice though is because of the chrome plating, you have this kind of gold accent here that kind of adds to the overall look, but it would look a lot better if it was actually done in a little bit more of a clean fashion. The electrical tape picked up a lot of the epoxy, once again making it look kind of dirty, and it's not really what I was going for. And the whole intention behind this, like I said previously, was as an experiment to see, one, if I could do it and how it would turn out. But I ultimately want this as a display piece on the shelf. I don't want to go and fight with it. It's not for that practical purpose, even though I use it that way in the video, is mainly just for entertainment. Another aspect of the lightsaber build that I somewhat consider a failure is this hatch that I try to integrate into the back. Now, some people, when they were watching the video, might have wondered what this was supposed to be, so let me explain. Part of the lore of Star Wars is that within each lightsaber is a crystal called a kyber crystal that is actually supposed to be one of the elements that actually powers the lightsaber. So as part of a display piece, I thought it would be cool if you could actually open up part of the lightsaber and see the inner workings. So the idea was that you would have a hatch on the back that you could open on the hinge and see the inside with the crystal. Aside from it not looking that great, the real failure was the hinge that I tried to make. I didn't have a really good way of doing that, so I tried to fashion a hinge out of using a couple of hex nuts, epoxied on the inside, and then two on the outside that go to the inside of the lightsaber. One, the epoxy didn't hold. If I was going to go back and revisit this, which I might at some point, JB Weld or brazing. And you guys can let me know in the comments if you think that would be a somewhat legitimate solution. Otherwise, I might just ditch this altogether on the next lightsaber build. It just did not hold that well. Alright, so I hope you found some of that information useful. It might even be inspired to build your own lightsaber. I'd love to see what you guys are working on, and just leave those links in the comments below. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GeekBuilders, and subscribe if you have not done so already. See you guys next time. Bring some geek into your life. You know, I hope that Spock used a lightsaber in episode 8. What, we're starting?